is Miranda, and today I am here to react to the first episode of season 4 of Nancy Drew. I am so excited. Like, I could literally scream, squeal right now. It has been, I calculated out, like 486 days since the last new Nancy Drew episode, and just the fact that we're here, the fact that in the great 2002 purge cancellation of all the CW shows that Nancy Drew managed to survive. I am so incredibly happy. It is, of course, the last season, so I feel like there's also some sadness obviously around that because this is one of my favorite shows ever. I love it so much and I feel like there's so much story to tell, but I am glad that they at least knew going into the season that it was going to be the final season, it seems like, so they were able to hopefully wrap up the story and tell what they wanted in maybe a shorter or more condensed way, but at least tell the story, and hopefully that means that we will be getting a Nancy and Ace endgame. I am just like, I'm literally like shaking. I'm so excited for this. It doesn't feel real. It feels like it has been so long. It was literally like January of last year was the last new episode, and I just cannot wait to dive back in. I'm so excited, but I'm also like not ready for the beginning of the end, you know? So here we go, guys. Here we go. Is this the same night? Do not tell me that this season has been a year apart and now you're telling me it's literally no time has passed on the show. I will not be able to handle that. You don't understand. Oh, come on. This is why you don't go alone, girl. Is someone gonna come grab her? Oh, it's just a dream. Whew, thankfully I was very scared for that for a second. I was like, haven't we learned don't go alone? Like, that's like numero uno that we've learned. Yeah, touchy topic. Don't bring it up. Poor, poor Nancy. She really needs like a therapist, but again, I don't know what kind of therapist specializes in the issues that she has to actually fully talk about them, you know? Maybe that's something we can work on. The way they're already scheming, I love it. Like, she's not gonna be able to pretend she doesn't care about him. They know her better by now. It's not season 1 Nancy who can push people away because they don't know her. Is this the first time they've seen each other since then? Oh my gosh. His face is like, yeah, okay. Because you're the best. Aww. What? Are you kidding me? It's been literally 7 minutes. We can't be going through all this again. Are you kidding me? He's getting... My gosh, they really give you no time to get back into it. Also love the fact that he's like, you know, I made like, it's, I don't want to lose a friend over like, it was just a kid, not even a kiss. And it's like, no, she lived the whole relationship. She knows exactly what she's missing out on, and that just makes it infinitely more heartbreaking, you know? Like, that they were so good together. And she was so happy, and he was happy, and they can't have that right now. Her face, she's like, you do not keep me from Ace. If this were anyone, she'd be in there, but especially Ace. She's like, no, absolutely not. I might not be able to help him with other things, but I can keep him from getting arrested. She's so petty and I love her. This is weird to see a chief that doesn't instantly not like her, and it kind of makes me more distrusting of her than any of the other ones, honestly. Oh gosh. Bess, I love her though. She's so funny. It's like, she's the con woman, right? You've got to remember that. That's her job and all this, and she's so good at it. I love her so much. Nancy, we're not going to be blaming ourselves. Yeah, they're not going to let her. I just feel like it's so hard because all the progress she made, like emotionally, personally, I feel like how do you contend with that, with what she's been tasked with, you know, with what she's had to face now with this? And it's just like, it just breaks my heart. At least she's admitting it, right? I feel like that's growth at one point. Nick, I love that everyone is so invested in this. Oh, that's not gonna help her right now. Of course he told Nick that, and of course he noticed. Um, that's definitely not a dog, nor is it. I mean, it's a missing body. It's just usually the missing bodies aren't moving. Hey, she's got one arm. We found her. Oh, bye, girl. Nice to see you. Oh, cool. Nick, look how far he's come. Normally that cup would be spilled, and now he's just like, all right, let's hunker down for the night. He knows what's coming. I also have to say, is it just me, or like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like her state, but like, or if it's a wig, but her hair normally looks so great, and these first couple episodes, it has not looked up to par. Like, that's why I'm not sure if it's a wig. That's so interesting too that no one's seen it before. And like, you think there would be someone somewhere out there that would see it. They're not really hiding, you know? Is she really gonna believe that? Yeah, how does that gonna, work exactly? Oh, interesting. So how have people not noticed that either? That there's suddenly giant holes popping up all around town. She did not look like she was dressed from the late 90s, I'm gonna be honest with you. She looked like she was a 1800 girly. So maybe she was haunted before this even happened? That could be possible, right? Oh, that looks kind of like a grimoire, right? A spell book? What the heck is that, though? That's not a spell. It looks like she was getting more and more, like, unstable or something. Who snitched? Who snitched? No one's been on this boat in years, and now you're telling me that someone's like, oh, we got a problem. Come on, people. You haven't seen the 8 corpses walking around town each night, but you see one woman on a boat? Oh no, not this guy again. I feel like it's a new love interest and it annoys me that like we don't have time for a new love interest, okay? There's only 13 episodes and we've got to get her and Ace back together, okay? The only way I could see like a love interest working is again if Ace and Nancy end up together before the last episode, because if they only get together at the last episode, I'll be pissed. But before the last episode, I feel like the only way I could see it is if she's like, this is a way I can convince Ace that like I don't really like him, is to start dating someone else, and also to like help her move on in a way if she's like, I'm never gonna get over Ace, but like let's at least get out there and maybe this will help, you know what I mean? Oh, I don't know what it is too, but like there's something giving me Gil vibes about him. Maybe that's just because I'm so anti anyone who's not Ace, right? But I liked Nick, and honestly, what's his face, Bess's cousin or whatever, he wasn't that bad. It was just the age difference freaked me out, and like. Her face, she's like, what? I love when he can help with stuff because he doesn't even realize it. He's just like, hey, I know something you guys don't know, and he's just so like casual about it. Oh, I mean, it is probably one of the top 5 least weird things that have happened to them. I love that they're like best friends. It's so cute. Like all the relationships, friendships on this show, like there's so many unexpected ones, but they're all just so great. And it just makes me so happy. It's such a good ensemble cast, you know? Like you can tell they all really love each other in real life, and that translates on screen. Oh no, I knew they messed with the car. They gave it up way too easy. They were like, well, a deal's a deal. Oh gosh. I do always like when it's like you've got like the supernatural villain, but then you've got like the human villain to deal with, right? Because I feel like we haven't had quite as big of one since everything with Ryan's dad and stuff like that. Like I feel like that was like the big last one. And now to have someone else, that's definitely interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong, it will annoy me because anyone that comes after my Drew crew is on my list, but it's interesting. Oh my gosh, she looks so pretty, but I can't even imagine the poor thing at a lover's vigil sponsored. So her name is all over the place next to lover's vigil, and she can't be there with the one she loves. You can't think Nancy Drew, of all people, is actually going to believe that. If she does, it's just because she's distracted by all the stuff happening with Ace. Ah, she's a gem. Like, all that happened and she still had time to do that. I love her. Oh, wow, they're kind of all over the place. That doesn't really help. I mean, they're not really inland, but still they kind of are. It's so stupid that these two broke up. Like, I get it, but, like, I don't get it at the same time, you know? Like, I just feel like the shows these days just, well, any days actually, it's not just these days. It's like no one wants to show couples just being together and, like, having issues, but working them out and staying together. Like, I loved them as a couple so much, and I just wish they could get back together. It's just so dumb to me. Yeah, I just feel so bad. Like, the party's even about, like, long lost loves who couldn't be together, who got separated. Like, literally, it's like holding up a mirror to her life right now, and she has to put on a pretty dress and smile and act like everything's okay while watching all these people be surrounded by lovers, and it's just like, my heart breaks for her, you know? He came. I don't know if that's better or worse that he came. Look at, she's just like mesmerized by him. Like, she's like, I don't know what to say or do. Oh my gosh, he's so hot. Like, I forget, but like Ace is like my like exact type. No, I mean, my gosh. It's the fact that he's blaming himself that's gonna make her feel worse. Girl, you cannot kiss him. She's lucky she's got this warning system. Poor girl. Like, that's how much she loves him. Like, she hates seeing him like this. And, like, anytime he's around, she's, like, literally gonna kiss him. And it's just like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna be so, like, disposition. Not that glass cracks a lot in my life, thankfully, but just, like, any time now I hear that, I'm gonna be, like, on edge for the rest of it. He's such a good dad. Like, I just love how he's adopted all of them. It's so sweet. Of course, Ace goes right next to her, even after all the weird stuff that happened. He's right there. What does that mean, though? Like, can they not cross into what was founded after they were killed? Oh gosh, and are there 8 people in that picture? 8 town founders, maybe? Maybe they're all related to town founders, but I feel like she would have found that in her research. It just seems strange that maybe they were killed for something, you know, in their life, like something supernatural. Yeah, but for what? Because they didn't attack her and Nick the other night, and they don't seem to have attacked anyone. I just love how she doesn't care about solving the mystery, guys. Like, that's who Nancy Drew is. She doesn't care about the mystery for once. She just wants to exonerate Ace. Hi guys, thanks for showing up. If you can move a little bit quicker, actually don't do that. You're moving good enough as it is. Oh my gosh, it's like the Thriller dance. The way they're all posed, like, I wouldn't get that close. I love Beth, she's so funny. Why are we getting this close to them? It's breaking me out. Oh my gosh, she's here? What are you doing here? Oh, she texted her. Okay. But what is this? I would be like, you guys staged this if I'm her. If I didn't believe in supernatural, I'd be like, what are you doing? Oh, I wonder what time it is because we know this happens after 10, but is this like midnight each night and then they just go in bed? Ew, they're throwing up. What is that? Ew, they're throwing up black blood or bile. Oh, and then they dead drop. Okay. I'm so confused by this. She's like, how do I feel about dropping those charges? How do I feel about putting in a transfer for a new town? It's so funny that remember how hard we had to work to get like McGinnis and the other dude, like everyone to believe in supernatural stuff. And this woman shows up her like first 5 weeks and they're like, look, ma'am, we just got to get our friend out, okay? We don't have time to explain why or how. We just need you to see this and go with it, okay? I feel like I still don't trust her though. I don't trust her. She's too willing to like help and stuff, you know? Is that because he's her true north, Ace? Cheers! The best thing Ryan's ever said. I love that she's so open about this too with her two dads, like both of them. It's so fun and great to see. Oops. The smile. He's like, I'm in trouble. Yeah, that's not really nothing. That's kind of pretty dangerous. Nancy's gonna go break some kneecap. She's like, I'm upset. I can't deal with the thing I'm upset about. I'm willing to put my energy into something else, okay? Have you met your daughter? Literally, she goes right there. I love her. This is why I love her. Oh. Oh. They're your parents. Interesting. Maybe he's not as innocent as I thought he was, which is why I was kind of getting the Gil vibe off of him. It just feels like there's going to be more to it, and you can't, your parents are that involved in like mysterious supernatural artifacts, and you just catch lobsters for a living. Like, I don't buy it for a second. I'm sorry. They might be trying to get him to get closer to her. Is he gonna read it? Oh my gosh, Ace, this is why you're a better person than me, because I would have read that the second she walked out of the room. Again, he had a lot in his mind, so he was probably distracted, but I would have been like, what was in that? I guess he could have thought it was just a random bottle that she was holding, right? Not hers specifically. Oh no, the black vial's moving. Oh, what is it doing? No, the reservoir, the water supply? Is this temperance still? Did she put something else? Because who else could be doing? I mean, I know there's tons of other supernatural stuff, but putting something in the water supply seems targeted to affect the town, which is what temperance was all about, right? He ran all the way there. Look how out of breath he is. She did write his name and he found it. He knows your handwriting. He knows you. He figured it out. I knew he would. We all knew he would figure it out. He's too smart. Gosh. And the thing that gets me is whole the whole last like part of the season was saving Ace, right? Like getting him to not be sacrificed for Temperance's thing. So it's like just to think that like you were okay and like they made it and then to find out that no, she still won in the end, like I don't know how he's gonna react to that. I'm so glad he figured it out this quickly though, and that like yes she did tell him, but also like he kind of figured out that something's up, like there's a reason she keeps saying it's my fault, like we can't, there's something with that. And I feel like we all kind of knew, because I think after the season aired they even said, the creators and the writers, they were like, listen, Ace like knows Nancy and he knows her and he knows that like she wouldn't be doing this if there weren't like a certain reason. I'm so happy that that's out in the open, and it makes me feel a lot better about this potential love interest, because I also think this love interest is up to no good now that I know his parents are the Glasses who are going after Ryan and everyone. So I feel like there's a twisted web, like as much as like Nancy was like making her little plots and moving stuff around on the board for the bodies, I feel like I'm moving stuff around now in my mind of like the bile that they're coughing up and they're walking their town lines. Now there's the curse, and it's just, there's something about it. I feel like it's also like it could not be a coincidence that the bodies were found, or the arm was found in Ace's thing. Maybe the Glasses are doing something that now like they're gonna have to be like, oh, you have to come to us to protect you, you know? There's a lot of questions, but it's just so good to be back. It's so freaking good to be back. I love it so much, and I love the chemistry of Ace and Nancy and just the show in general, and I'm so happy. I'm so intrigued, and I cannot wait to see what's in store. I'm so glad there's not a trailer for next episode, or we just don't do that anymore. I'm a little upset we don't have promos, but it's fine because that was like literally the perfect ending, in that he knows about the curse and she already tried to kiss him twice and like the glass stopped her, thankfully. The glass, wait, the glass and the Glasses. I wonder if that's a coincidence somehow, some way. I don't know. My mind's spinning. So yeah, I'm just like anything right now. I'm like, yellow. That was the shirt she was wearing. You know, I'm like going full on like crazy mode. So yeah, if you've seen this episode, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down in the comments. Also make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!